Hi, this is Bhavna and you're watching India Today. I am joined by the fabulous team of Bheed, Rajkummar Rao and Bhumi Pednekar with me right here on India Today. Firstly, a huge welcome.
Thank you, Bhavna.
I have to congratulate you and also compliment you for taking up this film, because I know not many in the industry would have. For many reasons, which we will obviously speak about later on. But I want to know, ever since the announcement came in and there were reactions coming in, what is that first thing, what is that one compliment which has stayed with you so far? Because reactions have been mixed for many reasons again. But what is it that struck a chord with you till today, and which made you believe that, okay, we have done this film and it is for the right reasons and we know the reasons are right. So, you know, to keep that conviction is very difficult. What is it that...
The only reaction I got was, thank you for doing this film. It's such an important story and it's chilling, you know. So whenever people saw the trailer, after that, that's what I got. And I think the first video that came out had some, not mixed reactions. Some people, I think...
and the reactions actually
talking about it, but
yeah, that was also from the trade.
Very well.
It was not really from the audience. It was actually from the trade, who went on to say that, what is this? Will this do business? But I mean, the audiences have been pretty much amazing.
At times, films are just way bigger than box office numbers, you know. So I think we should firstly not assume what numbers a film would do. I feel like every film is made for a purpose, and we are very proud of what Bheed stands for. You know, it is about a time that everyone has experienced globally. You know, a lockdown-like situation did not just happen in India. It happened in most countries across the world. You know, so this is an emotion that people have felt everywhere. So there's a lot of uniformity when you think of a film like Bheed, you know, because of the purpose of the film. But I feel like, you know, all in all, when the trailer also dropped, because you know, of the cast, of the messaging, of the director, of the fact that it's actually in black and white, you know, people kind of understood that this film has been made for the right reasons.
Yes.
You know, and when you watch the film, you'll understand that it is. See, because also in such situations, it's not like all things bad happen.
Of course.
You know, so when you actually, the film unfolds, you'll see.
We had COVID warriors, including both of you, who had made sure that people were getting enough help. In your capacity, of course. Then we had Sonu Sood, who became common man's hero during that time. And I read somewhere that it is also a part of the films in some capacity. You're showing all of that as well.
So we are...
It's a fictional story, honestly. It's a fictional story with some... What actually happened, you know, those things are there, like COVID happened, so it is there, the backdrop is COVID. But the film is way more than that. The film is about hope, the film is about these fictional characters and what happens in their lives. So it's more than that.
Raj, last time we spoke to you, I remember you had very categorically mentioned that you want to be that actor today who is able to choose what he wants to and not really succumb to the pressure or what people are expecting from you. And I think Bheed is again one of those films which you completely believe in. But is that difficult to keep that conviction when I am sure everyone around must be like, why are you doing this film? Or will it give, or will it sustain the box office history or the...
See, I don't think about box office, and I don't think anybody can control the box office. It's not in our control. The only thing I can think about is a great story. And I have very few people around me, so people around me are very proud of it. They're very happy with the fact that I'm choosing right scripts, and I'm choosing films that I can be proud of even after 50 years. Because that's important. You know, you can make box office numbers, but if the film is something that people won't even remember even after a month, there's no point doing that kind of work for art. So I would rather do something which will be remembered forever.
And before I come to you, Bhumi, another thing what I love in the trailer is when Pankaj Kapoor's character says that hero banne ka shauk hai, hero banna hai, hero banna hai. Ashutosh sir's, and you're just like, how banna, like, you know, that reaction. And I feel you're redefining that word. You're redefining what hero looks like on screen. Be it a badai do, I mean, you were a hero, but you redefined that word in itself. How do you look back at all? I mean, is it a conscious choice to be able to pick characters or portray characters which are redefining things in the history, in fact? I mean, it will go down in history. These films will go down in history.
Thank you, Bhavna. For me, I always had a problem with the term hero, honestly. I think we are not hero and heroines. We are actors, you know, and there are so many real life heroes, and we should call them heroes and not us. We're actors. So I always had some issue with this word. So for me, I never really thought about I'm a hero, I'm an actor, who am I? For me, it was very clear that I'm going to do characters which excite me, stories which I would connect to and I would feel about. And that's a mantra I've followed, you know. It's been 12 years now. That's the thing I've been following, and I'm going to follow that only. And I'm going to listen to my heart and do stories which would do something to me as an actor, which would make me grow as an actor and would challenge me. That's the whole point of being an artist.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise just doing the same thing again and again, it's very, very boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us also as an audience to watch someone, especially actors who we know have such great potential, and when we see them succumbing to the pressure, I mean, trust me, it's a...
I know, it's very painful.
Like, sometimes I wish I could tell them that cue. Why?
You should tell them.
I do sometimes, but not everyone takes it well. You know it. But you know, Bhumi, another thing very common between both of you, apart from the fact that both of you are fantastic actors, is you have also chosen, your career graph is also somewhat similar. Some really unconventional choices, if I may say. What has been your, like, for example, he very categorically said that he wants to make sure that he is following his heart. What is it that clicks for you, or was there a period or a phase when this shift happened that you decided, okay, from now on, I don't want to care about anything else but the script and if my heart connects with it?
You know, I think from my first film itself, that was always my instinct, you know, but I would like to say that, you know, maybe as you kind of do more films, you kind of, you know, your arena opens up, you start doubting your choices.
Yeah.
And I feel every actor goes through that phase where you're like, okay, am I doing the right thing? You know, these are the films that have always worked for me. My audience loves me for this, but then, you know, you kind of like try experimenting, which is okay.
Yeah.
You know, and at times you might do a film for not the reasons that you've always done a film for. And when that film doesn't work, you kind of are like, okay, you know, I should, what my instinct is the only thing I should listen to.
Yeah.
You know, but I have always tried to do films that I thought hold a little gravitas, you know, that are important in their own way. I mean, I've finished 17 films till now. It's been 7 years, right? So I don't think there's any film that I will not take ownership of, or I'll be like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. You know, you learn from your mistakes as well.
You know, with Bheed, another thing is that it speaks volume. Like you said, it is not a film which is actually focusing only on the gruesome part of it. It is also giving you hope, because that is one thing COVID gave us eventually. It gave us hope that, you know, you can still live on. There were some lessons that we learned during that period. But to be able, and everyone I know, or at least have known or have heard of, have gone through some loss during that period, and that is a feeling which is constant. Every one of us know that. But to be able to be a character and sort of revisit a part of your life wherein perhaps you felt those same emotions, to be able to put it, you know, to be able to act convincingly on screen, was that a little difficult? Was it challenging on any particular day?
Well, every part is challenging, every part is difficult. Unless I'm making a documentary on myself. I think it has its own challenges. It had its own challenges. Playing Surya Kumar Singh was not easy. And to relive that part again. Also, we were also being very careful that, you know, that we should not get affected, because it's not like the COVID just went away. There, and we all were being very, very careful about that. And the conditions were tough. You know, we were shooting in winters, the light was very limited. So I think the whole shoot was very tough, but the credit goes to Anubhav sir, that how he kept it so light on set. You know, everybody was so entertained, everybody was enjoying the process so much that nobody wanted to leave the set. Even after Paka, we would just be there for 3 hours, eating our share of chaats and papdis. And then just talking about cinema and life in general. So I think he kept it very easy for us, and the script that we got was it had so much of clarity, be it our respective characters and the story and the dialogues, that we had to not worry about anything. We just had to be honest to the written material, and it would just come across.
For you, Bhumi, was there any day in particular which was a little tougher than perhaps other days?
I mean, you know, I'm just going to add into what Raj said. You know, the film is about a time that was in general very, very
Yes.
emotionally taxing for most of us, right? So, you know, you would kind of go back into times where you heard of like, you know, personal loss or somebody
Yeah.
else going through that loss, because I think it was very important to kind of be reminded that, you know, because humans have a tendency to forget. And move on. You know, I like today when I think of COVID, feels like, यार it feels like, you know, बहुत time हो गया, लेकिन 1 साल 1.5 साल हुआ है.
I agree.
You know, 1 साल पहले it was still so rampant in our lives, right? So I think it was very important to kind of, you know, keep reminding yourself of like, you know, instances that you felt, and anyways as actors you do that, right?
Yes.
But I feel in general, for the scenes we were doing that, where Raj said like, you know, offset all of this that you see on the poster, like these faces and this intensity and everything, offset the mahal was exact opposite. But I feel that's what also kept us going, because you know, when you go back to a dark place in your life, if the surrounding is not comforting enough, you know, it can really imbalance you.
I agree. So now we are going to move on to something lighter, which is called just co-star things. Okay, because I want to know between you. I mean, before the camera rolled, we have seen already how like, you know, what fun they are together. But I want to know, because Badhai Do and now this. But if I want to take you back to the first impression that you had of each other, what was that, and how has it changed post doing 2 films together?
My first impression before I met her, of course, I always had a lot of respect for her as an artist, but I didn't know her personally. I think we bumped into each other maybe at different places. But I thought she would be a very... Nakshari is not the right word, but maybe, you know, very today's girl, but she's very desi at heart, which I love about her. She's so rooted. Also, auntie, like her mother, she's from Haryana. So whenever I meet her, we only talk in Haryanvi. So I think कहीं मुझे लगता है कि
loves Raj and loves Patrali. My mom and Patrali like are text friends.
Wow, that's so cool.
It's crazy.
But I don't know how this connect happened, but I think we just started shooting for Badhai Do, and something happened. I think we just really genuinely started liking each other and each other's company, and we became very, very dear friends.
He's one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
Wow.
Likewise.
In the fraternity.
Likewise.
Like, he's one of my closest friends. Like, can I please?
Yeah.
तेरी अच्छाई कर रही हूँ मैं. So like wherever, like, I didn't ever think that, you know, I could create a bond with a fellow actor where I could just like pick up the call for no reason. Like pure time pass, and I want to laugh. You know, when I just want to like, because we have a lot of internal jokes, I call Raj. You know, and it's been like a journey.
As they say, birds of the same feather flock together. So it's, I think, you know, that is what it is.
Don't start this.
So if you had to, I mean, before I wrap this thing, I want to know 2 qualities of Bhumi which people are not aware of, and
qualities.
Similarly, okay, let's rephrase this. 1 quality and 1 thing you tolerate about her, and similarly for you.
What have you asked?
1 quality about Bhumi. I think the quality is she'll always be there for you. She's people's person.
She's waiting for her hand.
Don't do that.
And the thing that I really tolerate about her is her habit of giving high five for everything.
We
Bhumi,
just saw that.
Bhumi 8:30 बज गए. क्या बात कर रहे हैं? 8:30 बज गए. High five.
This is a visual representation of hi-fi that has just happened.
Yeah. For
And it never
everything.
gives it to me.
Each and everything.
It irritates me.
You say anything, Bhumi 1:30 बजे lunch करेंगे. Lunch करेंगे.
Don't make me sound like a fully cuckoo.
Okay, maybe not like.
But I do
Saturday
have a
boys.
habit. I will never, ever.
No, you can give it to me. I'll
Thank
give
you so much.
Alright,
I've got some shanti now.
okay, what do you like about, I mean, 1 quality of Raj which is really
Good and
nice.
bad.
Yeah, and 1 thing you tolerate.
I think the best thing about Raj is that he is a rock solid person. So that can be a friend, a partner, a co-actor, everything. He is just a rock solid person.
Nice.
And I think one thing I don't like about him is that he thinks he's very funny. But he's actually not. Revenge
Revenge mode is on.
Which he actually is very funny. A lot of people don't know that. He is the funniest person. His sense of humor is 10 on 10.
Wow, lovely. So on that note, thank you so much, both of you. All the very best.
Thank you.